Oh, hello, and thank you for joining me. I'm Timbo Took, and this is A Joy of Painting Middle-earth, a time when we come together to paint the most fantastic landscapes Middle-earth has to offer. And maybe we'll paint a scary one a time or two. That can be quite fun, you know. Now, I may not be the best painter in the Shire, but I do love it so, and I'd love for you to paint right along with me. So if you're ready, grab your paints and your brushes, and let's go on an adventure. Okay, here we are, friends. Welcome back, welcome back. Let's get to this painting. Now, I've already prepared the canvas. And what does that mean? That means I put down a thin coat of magic white. That's right, that liquid white paint that we put down on there. And why do we do that? We do that because we were taught how to paint by the wizard, the blue wizard. Bob Ross the Blue. That's right, he would come to the Shire once a week when I was just a small hobbit and teach us all how to paint. So, what we have our colors on our palette. I'll just go through them real quick. Alizarin crimson, phthalo blue, sap green, burnt umber, black ivory, or ivory black. I can't remember. Anyways, we have bright red, and that's a medium yellow, yellow ochre, and of course titanium white. So I'm just putting some phthalo blue on there. As I said, we already have that thin coat of white on there. And what we're going to do, we're just coming in from the corner. You can see that's a deep blue, and we just mix it in with the white that's already there. There we go. It gets lighter as we come down. Lighter as we come down. There we go. And that's all the blue we're going to add in. You see, because today's painting, it's going on evening in Gondor. That's right. So we have that evening sky here, but it's very dark over here because we have the Battle of Osgiliath going on. Oh, that's right. Oh, now we're going to clean off our brush. We're just cleaning it in odorless paint thinner that we have in the bucket. And then we have our rubbish bin down here. We're just going to beat the saran out of the brush. Right down in the rubbish bin, that's right. Oh, that's the fun part. Oh, just clean that off. There we go, there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're just going to we'll put in some clouds. So I'm just going to take the corner of our 2-inch brush. Just take that right in there. And we'll just put in some clouds. Just roll those in. There we go. There we go. Now don't worry, it might not look like a cloud just yet, but we'll come back and we'll give it some more. We'll clean that off and come back to our titanium white. And we just come back. We'll do some more clouds up here. There we go. It doesn't look like a cloud quite yet. And some right here. There we are. Oh, there we go. Just work those in. There we go. There we go. Not too many clouds today. And what we'll do is we'll just I've got my dry 1-inch brush. I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to mix that bottom of the cloud right in. And you can see we have a lot of blue on there, so that's making that cloud. Oh, it's bringing out that white, just blending it down. We just do the bottom of the cloud there. There we go. Oh, and when you do your painting, you may want to use a little less phthalo blue. I came in with quite a bit. But we're just going to pull these clouds up. There we go. Just pull those up. And then gently soften them out. There we are. Just gently pull them across. Not much. These clouds are going away. It's going on evening. It's been quite a rough day. There we go. Those clouds are just there in the background. Bring that down some. We're going to put some mountains right here. There we are. And that's pretty well our sky there. We're going to do some more over here, but that'll be darker. And we'll come into that in a little bit. Right now, let's put some mountains in. Now, mainly this is going to be our field right in front of the city of Minas Tirith. That's right. And off in the distance is Osgiliath. That's right. And Faramir and his troops were trying to defend the city. Let's make up a nice, dark, but also we'll put in some brown there. These aren't real tall mountains. They're kind of rolling mountains. So what we'll do is we'll just come, and these are way off in the distance. So we'll put this one back here. There we go. These aren't real tall peaks. No. And then we'll come and we'll bring another mountain up like this. These just roll on and roll on. There we go. And they come down this way. There we go. Maybe there's some more off this way. Now that we have that, we're just going to take our knife and we're just going to pull this out. Just scraping off that excess paint, leaving that edge to the mountain. There we go. There we are. Just wipe off that knife. Now coming back to a clean 2-inch brush, and we're just going to pull these mountains right into the painting. There we go. And you just move that paint. Just pull that down. Move that paint in. Just be mindful of your angles there. There we go. There we are. And there's lots of blue there, but that's okay. What we can do is these mountains can be covered. They're covered with some grass. That's right. Some grass and trees and things. These aren't those tall peaks. No, not those snow-covered peaks like Karathras. No. These are more of a rolling mountain. So what we'll do is we'll come. Now we're going to come to some of our sap green. We'll just darken that out. Darken that out a bit. There we go. We have it on the brush. You just tap that right onto your brush. And we're just going to have these trees that march up those mountains. There we go. And just put them back. Decide which ones are going to be further away. Back here. Maybe the peaks. Those peaks. They have rocks that stick up. That's fine. That's fine. You just bring these in. There we go. And you just tap that on. You don't want to drag it across. If you drag it across, it's not going to make those little breaks. that make it look like trees and things. And you just follow some of the angles there. Just follow those up and just bring them down. There we are. Just tap those on and you see you're making those mountains. They just go back and forth, dark to light. Just give shape to those. There we go. Some rolling hills right in front of the mountains. There we are. Come a little darker and bring them a little lower. There we go. And you can come back. If you see a little too much blue sticking through there, just come back to your green, load it up, and just tap that green in. That'll mix with that blue. And it takes away any sky color that's in there. There we go. Just let some different things happen in there. And if you have to, put a big old hobbit foot right on top of your easel. There we go. Just bring those down. There we are. And we'll have our field in here. There we go. There we go. And let's do that. Let's do that. We're just going to come in. And we're just going to fill up this area. So I may go on hobbit speed for a little while. Oh, my paints are being messy today. I don't know what's going on, but they're running away from me. Getting all over, making a mess. What am I doing? What am I doing? So I may go to hobbit speed a little bit while I just fill in this area. So we're just going to come. Okay, there we go. Now I've just put down that dark color underneath, and we want this to look like a grassy plain. That's right. And we want it to come. Let's clean off this brush before we go into that. There we go. Clean that Sauron. Beat the Sauron out of the brush. That's right. Oh, and I threw blue all over the place here. So my colors are getting a little muddled already. But what we want to do is we're going to take some of this yellow here. We'll just pull it out. We'll bring it up here. And we're just going to take that. Again, that 2-inch brush. We'll tap it in. Tap it into that. And we're going to come and we're going to make some grass on this. And this is far away still. We're seeing this from very far away. But we want just that grass to come out. Just so we understand that this is a field. Oh, and what a field of battle it is. So we want to tap that in. Okay, now that we have that, we've got that dark underlayment and we came on with some color on top of it. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to take our fan brush and we're going to put some of that medium yellow on there. Just load that onto the fan brush. And then we're just going to give this, just grab and pull up. And that gives us, it looks like the rolling plains with that grassy color coming in. There we go. We just want some of that. Look, you pull that grass up so you can see that grass in there. Shorter strokes as you go higher. Now that looks better. It's not just all one flat color. There we go. Now what's happening here? We've just got that laid down. Now it's time to add the story. Add some action to that story. So what we'll do. Now we're going to take our clean fan brush and we're going to come, it's a very dark sky over here, coming from Mordor. That's right, the darkness follows. The darkness follows. So we're just taking that fan brush and we're just going to roll in some black clouds. You see those coming over? And this area over here is just black. That's right. And those dark clouds follow over because the attack is coming. The orcs. And what else is in there? That's right, we have the Nazgul. The Nazgul are there flying on their fell beasts. Oh, not the place you want to be. Very dark here, very dark. Just grabbing that, pulling it out. And just bring that in. As these dark clouds reach into the land. And then there was also back here, we had the city of Osgiliath that was coming under attack. And with that attack, we'll just going to grab another fan brush here. We'll go to some alizarin crimson, some of that dark. And we're just going to roll this. There were flames in the city, so that was just rolling high, being reflected in these clouds. Just go back, grab some more. Just putting that alizarin crimson into the cloud there. There we go. Knock off that color you're picking up and go back into your alizarin crimson here. And that will follow out. And here we'll just roll it in. There we go. Clean off that brush. Now we want that flame. We want those flames to grow. So we're going to come to some of our bright red that's going to mix in there. And just bring that up. There we go. Just mix that into the color. If you have to, knock some of it off and come back to it. And just grab and pull it up. There you go. Just making those flames. And it'll be at the bottom, it'll be more flames there, and up at the top you can just mix that into the reflection there. There we are. Come in. Now we come to our yellow. Just load that up on the brush, and these are going to be more flames over here. Just adding to the flames that are in the city. And to the sky. Adding that reflection, that color into the sky. Clean off the brush. Come back and pick up more of that yellow. You want to clean in between, so you're not coming back down to the area that should be the brightest. You're not coming back down to that with a dirty brush. There we go. Now these flames, there we are. Those are coming from the city. There we go. Now we have that fire and smoke rolling up into the clouds. Now you'll find as your oil paints dry, they get a little dull. Some of the color comes out of them. So you can always go back and put a little color back into there, just to brighten that up if it dulls on you as it dries. There we go. All right, now I'm going to come to my skinny palette knife, just that small one, and we have the city back here that's on fire. And when it's on fire like that, you won't be able to see details. You won't be able to see coloring in the building. So we're just going to come into that dark color and just load it up on that palette knife. And what we're going to do is we're just going to build the city back here. That's right, right just in front of those flames. Mix it in so you can see that there's buildings on fire. And those orcs had overrun the city. They took it over. Faramir and his guard, they were retreating. Now we are not worried too much about detail here. We know it's back there. We know what it is. Just make there some shapes of buildings and walls. Maybe there's a tall tower you can see peeking through the flames. And you just know that city is lost. They held on to it for so long, but the city is lost. And there's some buildings out here that haven't quite come under destruction yet. And you just shape those. Just give them some shape. Very far away, so we don't have to worry about a lot of details there. There we go. Now, what we had a rout going on. That's right. Oh, Faramir and his company were retreating back to our city, Minas Tirith. And they were here, and they were being attacked in the sky by the Nazgul. So, and since we're so far away, again, the details, we're not in close on this. Maybe one day when our skills in painting get better and better, we'll go and we'll do a close-up of a horse. Oh, but I'm not there yet. You might be. I'm not the best painter in the Shire. No. And what we do is we'll just come here and this is the retreat of Faramir and his men. And how do you know it's them? Because I told you. Why would you doubt me? Why would you doubt me? Oh, it's just... Oh, they are coming under attack. And they are running this way and that. And we could sit here all day and we could fill this up and make it look like a grand army. But that, unfortunately, wasn't the case. They had taken so many casualties. But we just put these in. Just think of the shape of a horse as you're putting them in. We need to make it look like there's enough. So it's not just a handful, but from far away when you step back. That's one thing you need to do as you're painting. You step back and you take a look and see how it's looking for you. There we go. And these horses were galloping away, scared and scared, that's right. Some of the men were on foot. Now there were farms and things all between our two cities, but that would take me all night to paint the farms and things in there. And we just have a short time together. But if you want to make that look like there was farms and roads and all that through there, that I'm sure is how it looks. Not on this painting though. But if you were to go there and take a look, oh, of course there's no fear right now. There's no fear from Saruman or Sauron. So we just put this in. There we are. And as I said, we're not doing a lot of details. You just think of the shape of a horse as you put it in, and whether it looks like one or not. You know what it is, so your imagination will fill in the blanks. Just fill up that space. Some of them were right on top of the other. Oh, it was chaos. And maybe there's a few stragglers. And then the other thing to do is what makes this is so it doesn't look like they're just floating. You need to put some ground, some dust that's being kicked up. Just try not to ruin all of your horses, but you do want to make it look like they're not just floating in space. There we go. And that'll kind of muddy it together as well. And there is a path that they're trying to follow back. And that path leads back to the city. There we are. Now, the unfortunate thing for their hasty retreat was it wasn't just orcs who were attacking them. No, we had some Nazgul there. That's right, riding their fell beasts through the air. Oh, coming in and just viciously taking out our brave knights. And we'll put our Nazgul there. There we go. Just think of the shape of how those fell beasts looked. With their black rider on top. There we are. And one right here. Just using that knife, just making the shape. There we go. Oh, and they could do damage to these riders. We'll bring one coming in right there. Coming in for the unfortunate kill. Oh, I know this is the joy of painting Middle-earth, but sometimes our stories aren't so joyful. That's right. What were they to do? He was just grabbing up one of those riders. Just using that knife to make the shape there. There we go. There we are. But we'll put one more here. Oh, I got a big glob there. We don't want to make a big mess. We'll do this one. This one is rearing back a bit. Why would he be rearing back? There we go. Now, we know the reason why. Let's clean off that little knife. And the reason why was there was a white rider. That's right. Once more, the brilliance of Gandalf the White as he came riding out to their aid. He wasn't the only one. Every man on a horse in Minas Tirith came riding out with him, but just Shadowfax was more swift than any other horse. That's right. And again, these details, it's so far away. And we had our white rider on top of the white horse. And emitting from his hand now, what I'm going to do for this next part, when you're doing wet on wet, this can get a little tricky. But I'm going to I've taken some of my liquid white. I've got a smaller fan brush. And you're just going to pull. Now, you only get one shot to do this. Of course, you can come back and you can fill that up again and then try again. But as you're doing it when it's wet, it becomes a little difficult. But just take it, and as we take this stroke, we're just going to turn it so it gets wider as it goes. So it's emitting in a line. There we go. And I said you only get one shot, and I did it 3 times. So you're like, oh, Timbo Took, you don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't. I don't really. But you can, if you clean off your brush. You can put a little more on there. And say you want it to come this way. And maybe up this way. So you see, there we go. That white fire coming out of his staff. That's right. Oh, Gandalf to the rescue. Gandalf the White. Oh, look at that. There we have it. Now you may say, Timbo, oh, that's not much in there. So if you want to, just come back to your palette knife. If you want to say that's good and leave it there, you can do that. But if you want a little more in there, we'll just say from here, this is the corner of Minas Tirith, the pinnacle of rock there. Just coming down this way. You can put that right down in the corner. And then below it, you have your city walls. Or you can just say this is a rock that you're purchased upon. Just up there to watch. So put that down there. And then let's just come back to some of our white there. It's not perfectly white. We've polluted it enough. But we can put that right there and bring that down. Get a little more. And just on that side. And then just give some shape. Some shape in there. If you want to call that your city, you can. And the citadel would be back this way. But then you'd say, why is Gandalf riding out? Why'd he go that way and then that way? So you might want to think about your painting a little bit more before you start throwing things in like that. But that's okay. We're just having fun. We're just having fun. Now the orcs were firing off. They were firing off arrows of flame and those sorts of things that were attacking. So if you want to put in some flame just arching over, you can do that. But I think we're going to call that one good. We'll stick with that for now, and we'll do another painting next week. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and mash that subscribe button. Don't boil it or stick it in a stew. Just mash it, and that'll get you subscribed, and you can see all these videos when they come out. That's right, we have fun together. I appreciate it. I appreciate all your comments and all your well wishes. I hope you paint this. I hope you paint many of these other paintings because it's such a fun time. That's right. Now, take care, have a good week, goodbye, and God bless.